Your Highness, wake up, says a disembodied voice as our story begins. Our main character wonders who the voice is talking to as he slowly starts to awaken. We are introduced to a young man clad in black and gold royal clothes, sporting long, semi-braided hair and a confused expression. As he looks around his surroundings, he questions where he is and slowly realizes that he isn't where he is expected to be. Our main character is shocked that he isn't working on some important blueprints due the next day. However, his thought process is interrupted by an old man informing him that it's about time for the execution and that he has to announce his ruling soon. Understandably confused, our main character was just about to ask a question when it all came flooding back. He is Roland Wimbledon, the fourth Prince of Grey Castle, and not Cheng Yan, the mechanical engineer that he was before. He learns that he's stuck in a competition between him and his four other siblings for the throne of Grey Castle. Each prince or princess was assigned a territory, and whoever had governed their land the best after 5 years would become the king's successor. The first prince, Gerald Wimbledon, with the strongest army. The second prince, Timothy Wimbledon, with the deepest pockets. The third princess, Garcia, with the loyalty of countless men. And finally, the fifth princess, Tilly, clever beyond her years. Our fourth prince, however, learns that he was widely considered lazy, reckless, and inept, and therefore assigned to the nowhere village of Border Town, where he couldn't do much harm or good. He snapped back to reality when the old man repeats that everyone is waiting for his announcement.
Purpose comes flooding back into the fourth prince when he announces that he's there to execute a witch.
The crowd of Border Town grows impatient as they watch the hooded figure of a young woman on the gallows. Her face is hidden, but it's obvious to Roland Wimbledon that she is just a young girl judged unfairly.
He's angered by the way the people clamor for the death of a poor wench, blaming her for their misfortune, and calls for them to release the witch. Shock falls on the townspeople like a blanket as whispers are heard going around the crowd. He must be insane to release a witch, they think. Why wouldn't he just execute her? Has the prince gone mad? But the prince plays it off as a tiring affair, wanting to move the trial to another day.
Chief Knight Carter Lannis strongly objects to Roland's decision, saying that once a witch is identified, she must be put to death. Roland nonchalantly brushes him off, not worried about witches at all, before sauntering off and leaving everyone confused. Back at Roland's Border Town Palace, after finally getting a moment alone, our main character sighs in relief before freaking out over his situation. He starts to wonder whether he died of exhaustion while working overtime and was somehow transmigrated to a different time and place. Although Cheng Yan is still unsure of where and when he is, he resolves to continue living as the Prince Roland Wimbledon in this unknown place, starting with investigating the matter with the witch. As they descend the steps of the dungeon, Carter Lannis tries to dissuade Roland from interacting with the dangerous witch, saying that even though she had been sealed by God's locket of retribution, it still might not be safe. Without a second thought, Roland went on anyway, coming face to face with the witch for the first time. Prince Roland encounters the witch, a young girl named Anna, in the Border Town dungeon. Though she is in peasant clothes, a huge blue jewel is chained around her neck. Before Roland could take a closer look, his chief knight warns him to stay back, physically blocking him from danger. Roland could barely get a question out before Carter is once again yelling warnings to the prince, telling him that she had already taken someone's life at the North Slope mines. Roland admonishes Knight Carter before asking Anna to give her own version of the events at the North Slope mines. Anna tells Roland about the time when her father was trapped by a cave-in and an opportunistic miner tried to steal his belongings. A pile of rocks all but buried Anna's father, and as he struggled to get out, another miner saw the chance to take his hard-earned possessions. Anna's father was able to escape from the rubble and confronted the thief, but the man turned violent. They fought hard, but unfortunately Anna's father was weak from the cave-in and was losing the fight. Just as the thief was about to kill Anna's father, the magic inside Anna awakened. A sudden flash of blinding light! And the thief was no more than ashes. The bystanders were shocked, screaming about witchcraft as Anna tried to help her father up, pleading with the neighbors not to say anything.
When Roland asks her if she was turned in by her neighbors, she says with a heavy heart that it was her own father that turned her in. Though old man Barov wants Roland to execute her immediately, Roland says that he wishes to see her power.
Anna questions whether Roland is sure that he wants to witness her demonic powers, to which he replies that he does. However, the god's locket of retribution hung around her neck prevents any witchcraft from manifesting. Roland tears off the locket and tells her to show him her powers. Sparks slowly start to surround Anna. With a slight smile, she quickly unleashes a rolling inferno right in her prison cell. The flames turn night into day as the prison is lit up. The prince did not expect this. With fire surrounding her body, the bars of her cell melt before her as Anna walks out effortlessly. The prince can't help but stare at the vision of flame before him.
Anna puts out her fire as Roland daydreams about all of the potential breakthroughs he can invent with the help of magic. Unconcerned with the potential danger, steam engines, forges, and all manner of modern inventions spring to his mind.
However, Anna is only interested in one thing, as she asks the prince to kill her.
Prince Roland, however, drapes his coat over Anna's shoulders, showing her kindness she never thought she'd receive, before announcing that he would be hiring her? If you want to find out what happens to Prince Roland, Anna, Nightingale, and the rest of the witches, the full story is available at WebNovel.com.